Guys, one of my favorite joys in life has been watching over the past year Devin Tracy, aka Atheism is Unstoppable's Trump derangement syndrome, slowly dissipate. It really does bring me joy to have a media so utterly insane that people who were at one point thinking exactly what they wanted them to think have now turned on them. And, Mr. Tracy is amongst those. So, with that being said, let's just hop into this one. All right, let's go.
Exchange, no doubt. And I don't think I could be the only one who is just tired of politics. I mean, can we just get to the date already? Let's rip off the band.
Amen, brother.
No matter what happens, people will be furious. It shall be great television, however, guaranteed to amuse. One of the things that can...
Yeah, true. Hold on right quick, because I don't think that... I think the writing's kind of on the wall. Everybody's just ready to get through this, and I don't think the fury is as intense as a lot of people think it's going to be, and that's primarily because of just how we've been worn down when it comes to our emotional receptors, just collectively, because you keep pressing the emotional button, pressing the emotional button, pressing the emotional button. And I think that, as a collective, just nationwide, I think that button's broken just for a little bit right now.
Came out of that, I mean, there was so much, but one that tickled me was the worst game of telephone ever, where Joe Biden, and to his credit, he did not appear senile through much of the debate, but he had his moments, and this was one of them, where he referred to the Proud Boys as the poor boys.
Last time we were on stage here, he said, I told him to stand down and stand ready. Come on.
So, I mean, this is not irrelevant that he is just wrong. I really do think at this level of the game, you have to cross your I's and dot your T's.
But that's the thing. The Proud Boys, for as much as the mainstream try to make them a boogeyman, and I saw them do this again with the Boogaloo Boys. Like, these are just like little random internet clicks, bro. Like, I'm sorry, no. I'm not saying that they're not real, organizations. I've done videos on the Proud Boys, guys. Come on, seriously. But it's like little internet clicks ultimately, but they are given far more relevance because they are unknown. So, normies, people who aren't, balls deep in this stuff, they're like, oh, poor boys, Proud Boys. Oh my goodness, no, mercy me. Remember, at that first debate, Trump was like, okay, give me a name. Tell me who, because you're just asking me to, deny white supremacy. That's a concept. So give me a name. Tell me who, and I'll deny him right now.
Actually, it's the other way around. This is exactly my point. Details matter. So for him, not only just to say the poor boys, and let's look at that. P-O-O-R, okay, poor, P-R-O-U-D. It's not even an anagram. It's like there's an R in there, so poor. The poor boys. Who wants to be a part of the poor boys? Is he talking about the sandwich from New Orleans, the po' boy?
Actually, it does sound like one of the gangs from the Warriors. Like the orphans and the poor boys. The poor boys are the orphans from the Warriors.
Boy, who dat? Man, if my voice sounds different, it's because I lost my microphone, and I'm using the built-in microphone for the iPhone 11. So I do apologize.
Yeah, screw all that. I'm kind of hungry right now.
Apologize. So he fucked up the first part of it, but let's zoom back a little bit and review. Donald Trump doesn't know or give a shit about the Proud Boys, and definitely not the poor boys. Joe Biden was the one who brought it up, because it's red meat for his audience to just be talking about a group.
Okay, I get it about the Proud Boys and the Poor Boys and all this other stuff. And what we're really watching here is the dissipation of that Trump derangement syndrome, where Devin's like, man, it doesn't make any sense. But hot Asian chick, let's just take it back for hot. Yeah, you lady, there was no need for the nose ring, because, you already have a pretty attractive nose, particularly when it's all tiny like that. So, like, sweetie, come on, take it easy.
Donald Trump doesn't know or give a shit about the Proud Boys, and definitely not the poor boys. Joe Biden...
Last time we were on stage here, he said, I told him to stand down and stand ready. Come on.
Okay, quite famously, he didn't tell them to stand down. He was trying to remember the phrase stand down, and he said, stand back and stand by.
Do it. Say it. Do you want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name.
supremacists and
What would you like me to condemn?
white supremacists and right
Proud
militia.
Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what.
I know, stand ready. That's a stand ready. Have you ever heard anyone say stand ready? Stand ready. What? Come on.
Technically, you know, when you call for attention, right? Like, attention, you know, technically that's stand, by all technical means, that's stand ready.
Come on, Joe. And that was his major slogan. You know, the come on is, it's like, vote for Joe Biden because, come on. That's essentially the campaign.
Come on, man. Black, white, all colors, all backgrounds, but I mean, come on, man. Men, women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot, you know. Come on, man. Do your thing, you know what I mean? Do your thing, you know what I mean? Come on, man.
Internet, you're so much fun.
You have a problem figuring out how you're for being Trump, and you ain't black, man. Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad stores. I can hardly wait to meet with that guy who is the stable genius. Come on, man.
But you can.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to cut through that again. I don't want to get hit with a copyright because, I mean, Devin has 0 Fs to give, but, you know, your boy's still trying to turn some of those yellow signs green.
See how quickly things just dissolve into just total madness. He didn't say stand down, he said stand back and stand by. He was trying to say stand down. No one in the history of time has ever said stand ready. And it's not the poor boys, it's the Proud Boys. You brought them up, he doesn't know who they are. They're a small group, they barely do anything. So it's a complete waste of time. But
Yeah, God, it feels it's so amazing. It's just like, hey, yeah, the pendulum always swings, and before, Devin hated Trump. Now here we are, where you're just left with no better options. That's all of us. That is America in 2020. No better options.
But that didn't stop the people, the young Turks, from bringing up the Proud Boys in what is just, I would call it fanciful, the degree of stupidity and just totally unethical behavior coming out of the young Turks. They bring up the...
Yeah, but let's be real. Anna can still get it, first and foremost. And secondly, this was back in 2016 when Bernie bent the knee. That was it. The progressive movement was dead then. It's what you've been seeing from not just the Young Turks, but from groups such as Working Families, DSAs, DPAs, all of these other different organizations is just a zombified version of themselves because it's been gutted for profit. Ultimately, I mean, their true colors have been shining through for the longest. It's just whether or not you choose to see them, that's on you. But yeah, these guys are suckers, and let's keep going. And they're basically controlled opposition.
Proud Boys because they're the new punching bag, and you gotta just say, fuck the right, right? But watch the logic on display. In this video they did on the Poor Boys, watch.
Voters in Florida received threatening emails that purported to be from the Proud Boys. Now, the Proud Boys have denied any involvement in this email.
Okay, so here's the story, guys. Breaking news. Dateline, Los Angeles. Florida. Someone sent an email. Back to you, Tom. Someone sent an email. Now, who sent it? We don't know. But they say it's the Poor Boys. Now, the Poor Boys say, we didn't send it. We have nothing to do with it. We disavow. So, I don't know, guys. 50-50? This is so up in the air. Holy God. This is what you have on the Proud Boys? An email they didn't send, but you're going to say they sent. And this is...
No, that's because they're disingenuous and completely like they're a propaganda wing for the Democratic Party. Them, the Rising, all of these outlets that, hey kids, come on, we're the cool hip ones that continue to push the narrative of, there's nothing to see here with the Biden stuff, and basically carrying the water of the establishment, which they claim so hard, so much to be against, and to fight so hard for. They are controlled opposition. All right, I mean, just that simple and sad, really, because back in 2015, 2014, 15, it was a different world. It was a different world.
The fumes of nothingness that these people churn out a fucking video on is just priceless. Go ahead.
And it looks like
But it gets worse, watch.
the individual or the group of people involved in sending out the emails did a pretty good job covering up who they are.
Right, Anna. So Anna's already operating under the assumption that she knows it's the poor boys. You know it's the poor boys? And here's the thing. They did such a good job covering up that it was them that there's no evidence it was them. Brilliant. I mean...
Yeah, he's 100% correct. Like, yo, this is it's that circular logic that we talk about on the channel a lot. And I mean, TYT is completely drenched in it. It's just like, oh, you know, it's like the woman who does something that causes like or anybody, I'm sorry, not ladies, not to be a dick, just anybody who does something and it causes this, and it creates a self-reciprocating circle of logic, such as, oh yeah, there's no evidence that these people did it, but we're going to go into it as if there is evidence that they people did it, because hey, there's a reason that there may not be evidence that the people did it. This is fantastic.
Might be poor boys, but they're also tech boys. They got those VPNs humming.
Probably using VPNs or other security measures to hide their actual location.
Yeah, because if we just knew their GPS, we could just tie them to Po Boy Central, and that would be proof that it's them, Anna.
But let me give you the details on what the email said, and it specifically went out.
Isn't it weird that her necklace, that little medallion in the middle of it, is off-center? Just like her nostrils are asymmetrical.
Yeah, true, but like real talk, she can still get it. And honestly, Anna, you look better with brown hair.
I mean, look at that. She's looking directly at us. Her nostrils are doing the lambada.
To registered Democratic voters in the state of Florida. So again, the email that purported to be from the Proud Boys said, "We are in."
Wait a minute, Anna, stop. Just pause. You're telling me that the poor boys sent emails to democratically registered people in Florida trying to intimidate them. And now you're about to read that email? Anna, hold on. Think, Anna, for 1 second.
Come on, Devin. Come on. I mean, not to be a jerk or nothing like that, but do you really think she thinks? Do you really think she's doing anything other than what she's told? Come on, man. Come on. Not to be like Joe Biden, but I mean, it's real. Like, we've been at this for way too long. We've been doing this. We've been dancing this dance for way too long for you not to just know, hey, yeah, it's kind of useless talking. You're better. Your best shot is talking to Jank. I mean, Anna is just whatever keeps her paid, bro. Whatever keeps her paid. So, guys, with that being said, yeah, because I mean, we no need to go any further into it. You can go links in the descriptions to all of that, to where you can find Devin at. But yeah, past that, all the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub, if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from Teespring and check me out on Patreon. Links in the descriptions. And speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? This is we're just you know, waiting for the clock to run out at this point. Kicking up, having a couple of beers and watching Devin Tracy and really everybody who was, like, not everybody, because you still have folks like the Turks and all these other different organizations, these neoliberal organizations that, you know, prop up this, yeah, Joe Biden's going to win. I'm in Jersey. Yeah, they're sitting there. There's some people who are completely convinced of it, and it's going to be fantastic when when their world comes a crushing down, but it may not. Hey, I could be perfectly wrong in this, but either way, guys, let me know what you think in the comments, okay? And until the next one,